I just sent every single person here my scanner settings, okay? Let's talk about how to use them, all right? So all you guys are going to do is you guys are going to click those links. When you click those links, you are going to have trade ideas load from cloud, okay? So remember, you do need trade idea software to load these to your cloud. But all of these scanners that I just gave away for free are going to be perfect for shorting, finding the best shorts, everything you need. I'm going to explain why. And all you guys have to do at this time is copy this link right here, copy this link and add it into the load button. So it gives you clear-cut directions. So what I'm going to do is I grab this, right? Here's this. I click file, load from cloud, and then I drop it right here, boink, and now I load it. Click load, and here's my pre-market scanners right here, right? Same exact thing with the other one. Let's say my live trading scanners. So the live trading scanners that you guys are seeing right here, I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to grab this link, copy this link, have my trade ideas open, bring over the menu bar from trade ideas, go file, load, and then again, paste it, click load, boink, and now you guys have my entire trade idea set up. So what I'm going to do at this moment is I want to go through pre-market, I want to go through my live trading scanners, and I want to go through after hours to make sure you guys understand absolutely everything that you guys are looking at, okay? So let's start with pre-market scanners here. So what I have here is our pre-market scanners. Let's bring these on up. Pre-market scanners at this time. What is the point of them? What do we like about them? What do we know about them? Our pre-market scanners, when you guys have this link, you are going to get a setup that looks like this. Now, just a little heads on up, GME is from Lightspeed. So you guys are going to have this setup on your screen. You're going to have pre-market movers, you're going to have the down gappers and the up gappers and two charts. Now, the thing is, I always like to have two charts. The reason why I like to have two charts is I like to have a full understanding of where the play has been the past 6 months. And I like to also have an intraday chart so I can see what the play is doing in this exact moment. I remember charting used to really confuse me when I first started. When I first started, I was so confused on thinking, how is meta this pattern? Well, also meta is this pattern over here. And really the way it breaks on down is each candlestick on the daily chart, if we zoomed into it, is over here. So the thing is, if I'm in a 1 minute chart and I could see that this orange line, basically orange is pre-market before the day opens, and the white on the opposite side, this is the live trading. This all right here, which is right above me, is what's happening inside this small candle. So for anyone who doesn't understand, you're saying, how are these charts the same? This is a daily chart. Every candle is represented as one day. This right here is the 1 minute chart. So what is happening inside this candle is right here. So I always like to see what is happening inside the day. What is happening on not only the last 6 months, but what's happening on this intraday since I'm a day trader. So I always have two charts up. I always have a daily chart up, and I always have either a 1 or 2 minute time frame chart up, so I could see as a day trader which way are these plays going. Now on top of that, I also have up gappers, down gappers, and pre-market movers. Now why do I have these? Traders, when you wake up in the morning every single day, you want to see what stock is up the highest. So if I wake up and I see CTNT is up 160%, guess what? Boom, that's going to be a play that I'm probably going to be interested in. All I care about is volatility as a shorter. I want to see what is the stock that is the highest one up that has the most room to come crashing all the way back on down. So the stocks that are up high, the stock that is up 160% on the day, the stock that is up so much has the most room to fall on down. So really, when I wake up every single day and people ask me, hey Deck, what are the best plays? I can look at some of the top gainers, CTNT, AMC, GME. I know that these are up big and I'm able to make money right away off them because I know usually the top gainers are going to be the ones that have the most weakness. You might say, Deck, how does that make sense? The ones that are the top gainers at the start of the day, people take profits. Imagine if you were holding GME last night. Let's just imagine that. Imagine if you were holding GameStop last night from the price of $29 and you woke up this morning, it was at $65. You are most likely taking profits, which is what leads to drops. Same exact thing with AMC. Same exact thing with CTNT. You know, you get these big spikes, you get these drops and fades all the way back on down, right? SPWR, you went to sleep last night at $2. You woke up this morning, it was at $7. Everyone takes their profits and sells them on off. So top gainers are usually the best play for best shorts. When a lot of people think, oh, Deck, you know, aren't the top losers the worst shorts? And in reality, no. Usually the top losers are going to be the ones that actually get good dip buys. So as I said before, a lot of times stock trading is almost a game of opposites. When I see top gainers, I get ready for shorts. When I look at top losers, I look at them to see if there's any potential bounce play. But yes, top gainers can continue to spike. And yes, top gainers usually, again, do turn into best shorts. I don't look at the top losers as often. I'll be honest with you. I don't, because top gainers are the ones that have more volume. Things that can go up higher or things that can turn and dump even lower. Usually, again, plays that are top losers don't have as much volume behind it. Now, the big things that I care about when I take a look at the up gaps is I look at the price because I want to see if I can afford it and how many shares I can buy on this play. I look at the gap dollar percentage. How high is this gapping on up? Like how many dollars? Because I kind of have in my mind, if a stock is moving $5, $6, $7, $10, $20, I can make a lot of money. If GME moved up $33 on the day, it could fall $33 on the day, and I could be able to make a lot of cash. You know what I mean? So I always think about that. Then you can always correlate it to, again, the percentage that the stock is moving. And we always do like to look at the float, which we will learn a little bit more in the future. Okay. So usually the best thing about this is I look at my up gappers and I look at the charts. I also like to look at the pre-market movers, because the pre-market movers, if I see something that is moving very quickly, guess what? Volatility equals activity. Activity equals profit. I a lot of times don't care if a stock goes up or if a stock goes down, but stocks that are moving are the stocks that I want to be trading. So the thing is, let's think about it. If I see a stock do this, if I see a stock just move sideways, is there any money for me to be able to make here? No, there's no money for me. But if I see a stock doing this, monster spike, monster dump, monster spike, monster dump, there's money to be made. I could be making money on the upside. I could be making money on the downside. So I like looking at our top gainers right here, our pre-market movers, to see where this hype and momentum is going to be getting after. And then also I always bring over a level 2 from Lightspeed. And that basically puts together my scanner package, where we do have our level 2 right here from Lightspeed. We have our Fox Runner new scanner right here. And then on top of that, guys, we also do have our charting from Trade Ideas. Now, after I have my ideas of what I want to be looking at, I do bring over my main charts of the day. So my main charts of the day, the ones that I just posted right here. And here's our scanners that I use every single day. This is what I always like to focus on. And remember, guys, I just gave you this. You guys will be all set, ready to rock. Now, what do we like to look at? Same exact thing as we talked about before. I like to keep my eyes peeled over on a 2-minute chart and a daily chart. You can bounce around with a minute chart. You could be in a 1-minute chart. You could be in a 2-minute chart. As time goes by, you like to step back a little bit, but then I always like to have a daily chart open so I can see what has happened in the past. That is always so important to me. Now, let's get over to the good stuff here. The breakout scan. What is the point of the breakout scanner? Ladies and gentlemen, I name these scanners so that you guys can figure out exactly what they mean. A breakout scanner is usually a stock that has a lot of momentum. A breakout scanner is usually a stock that is starting to, you guys guessed it, break out slightly. The more times you see a stock break out, the more times you see it come on up, the better chance of a breakout. So right now we can watch the breakout scanner and we can watch the high of the day momentum scan. These are the two scanners that help me find plays right away. So I'm seeing ANY. ANY popping on up many times. Let me click it. ANY, guys, is starting to spike. This is now giving me an idea that ANY could possibly become either number 1, a breakout, or number 2, could become an upcoming short. So the secret sauce here, team, that a lot of you guys are going to want to learn is watch tomorrow. You want to be watching the count alerts, okay? So watch the count alerts. Notice that like RNAZ has 78 counts right here. That means it's had 78 high of the days. So tomorrow, when you guys are using this high of the day momentum scan, what I want you guys to realize and what I want you guys to look at is look at what plays are coming up, of course. Look at their low floats. Lower floats always have better chance of spiking, but watch to see what is the first play, the second play to hit a high count. And what's a high count? Like a 20 count. What's the first, second, third play to hit over a 20 count? That's where the mob is usually going. That is where the action is usually going. So we can see right here, RNZ has a 79 count, 80 count. That's usually where most traders are looking at. So RNAZ has gone from 50 cents all the way up to 75 cents. RNAZ is a top dog here today. People like RNAZ and it keep coming on up on the high of the day momentum scan. So if I see a stock that is consistently coming up on the high of the day momentum scanner, such as RNAZ, I'm saying to myself, wow, that's a play that a lot of buyers are looking at right now, which could be a great potential short in the near future. So the high of the day momentum scanner not only shows me what stocks are spiking, but it gives me ideas of what's coming up next. There's nothing really popping up on the breakout scanner right now, but usually it goes from when a high of the day momentum scanner really gets a lot of action, you'll start seeing the breakout scanner start getting a lot of action. The penny stock top gainers and top losers is the same exact thing as we had over on pre-market. It just tells us what is top dogs right here. So I can see CTNT is up 244%. HOLO is up 56%. Obviously, I know that this play 243% gain is a much better play. It's much hotter. It's much more active. You know, and you guys can adjust this. Go over, you guys can right click and click configure. And once you click configure, you can change anything that you guys want. But what you can do here is change the price. So right here, I have between 25 cents and $25. Let's just go to at least, let's go $2,500. We'll get every play available in the stock market. So what we have here, we do have AMC now popping on up. AMC popping on up, GME popping on up. You can see they're right here now. So if you guys see a play that maybe you're saying, why is this not on the top gainer board? You may just have to adjust the settings here and there because those are set for more 25 cents to $25. More of these normal penny stock actions. AMC and GameStop is a little bit different. They're massive plays. So you may have to adjust it slightly here and there just by, again, allowing the price to be higher. That's all. On top of that, we also have our Holt scanner, shows us what stocks are going to be halted. And then last but not least, we do have our mid-candle breakout scanner. Mid-candle breakouts, guys, are one of my favorite breakout patterns. They only happen on the daily chart. So a lot of these plays, when you see the mid-candle breakout pattern, they're going to be plays that are spiking on the daily chart. And I actually love looking for breakouts breakouts on these plays. If that's NVAX, CCLD, that's a good one. KOSS, that's been moving on up. INOD starting to move on up. So it's a pattern that I love, and I will teach you as we move forward. Now remember, it's not only just our scanners. I do bring over, of course, our Lightspeed level 2 here. Lightspeed level 2 right here. And that's basically completes my setup. So what completes my entire setup right here is going to be my trade idea setups, my Lightspeed setups, and in the morning, of course, my Fox Runner setups, which shows me all the hottest news, which is, extremely important in stock trading, okay? Which is super important in stock trading so that we are all set ready to rock. Now, let's keep on going here, team, and let's go over to after hours. And after hours is the same exact thing as you guys can imagine. Most up and down in post-market, stocks that are moving in post-market, and again, a momentum mover for post-market. So the thing is, traders, we are just looking for stocks that are constantly hitting highs. Stocks that hit highs are stocks that traders are looking at. Stocks that are hitting highs are stocks that traders are pushing on up. Stocks that are pushing on up are stocks that have volatility, which means we can see breakouts, we can see shorts, we can have all that good stuff. So that's the things I want you guys to be aware of, that it's all about looking for plays that are hitting highs. Hitting highs shows that that stock has volume. And as long as it has volume, we can make a lot of money off these plays. Now, let's go over to my Lightspeed broker and let's talk about my Lightspeed broker and let's talk about what we have. Now, I do have my account number here, so I don't want to show that. Please understand that, but I'm going to bring everything else over what I have over on my Lightspeed. So on my other screen, this is my setup. I have my orders right here. I have my positions right here. I have my short request button right here. I can make this a little bit smaller so it kind of blends into the screen. I used to have a option chain, right? But other than that, I'm not doing options right now. So again, I do just have an order entry box right here. Let me bring this on down. There we go. I do have a message box basically telling me you're in, you're out. But again, that shows my account number and stuff. And then I do just have a chart right here. So this is my Lightspeed trader brooch. So if I want to do this, if you guys want to have the same exact setup that I have, number one, to get the short request button, everyone listen up very carefully. If you want to short on Lightspeed, which is probably what 99% of you guys want to do, is you have to email shorts@lightspeed.com. So go to gmail.com right now, go to Microsoft, whatever you guys use, and go to shorts@lightspeed.com, add your account number and say, can you please add the short request button to my platform? And then once you do that, you will be able to go over to the new section over on the header and you guys will be all set ready to rock and roll. So you guys can see right here and we can go new. So once we click new right here, you guys can see I can bring up a level 2, right? Type in GameStop if I want to. You guys will be all set. You guys can go over to watch lists, right? You can create watch lists, add, different watch lists, things along those lines. You can go over to add a time in sales, right? You want to add GameStop. You can add everything right here. You can add over towards, a chart, alerts, fundamentals, right? Option level 2, all this stuff. But then all the way down here, right? Let me move this over slightly. You go new, and then over here is the short request button. So when you click short request, now you can go ahead and start shorting these plays. So GameStop, 100 shares. I want to short it. Boom, cost me 75 cents. I click accept, and then I'll be all set ready to short. So you do have new right here. You have utilities, you have layout, you have windows, all this different stuff right here so that you guys can be able to, make the best setup possible. For me, I again use a lot of trade ideas to be able to find the best plays and things along those lines. So guess what, team? I really only use orders. I only use positions. I only use the short request. I only use my order box, and I only use the level 2. I'm not using a ton of crazy things because I use a lot of my Fox Runner news scanner for news, and I use my trade ideas for actual charting. So when I'm looking at my Fox Runner, when I'm looking at my trade ideas, when I'm looking at the level 2 and I'm ready to enter a play, this is how you guys are going to want to do it. You guys are going to locate your shares, right? You locate your shares, you click accept, right? I already located 1,000 shares. Now, what you're going to do is go to your order box. Now, your order box, you are going to type in whatever stock you want to do. So we can do GME. You are going to put how many shares you want to do. So let's say 250, 500, whatever. Then in most cases, we are going to want to be using a limit order. Why do we want to do a limit order? A limit order is going to allow us to pick the price that we want to get filled on. So over on GameStop, let's say I'm taking a look over on GameStop. Let's bring it over a chart on GameStop here. And here's a chart. And I know that GameStop has a resistance here, and it's going to be resistance up here, right? Would that make sense? Would that make sense of me saying, okay, I'm going to do a short here at $70, short here at $72, a short right here would be at $66. This would be following the downtrend. That's a great area. So if you want to place an order up high, you can do that. You can say GME, I want to get filled at the price of $67. $67. Now, I always use ARCA LS. Now, why do I use ARCA LS? Because ARCA LS is actually going to be one of the best routes for you, market routes. Now, there might be like a 20-cent charge when you use ARCA LS because it's a little bit quicker and a little bit better. Now, the thing is, you will also have to use ARCA LS if you are trading in after hours or if you're trading in pre-market. You must be using ARCA LS for after hours and pre pre-market. But sometimes again, traders might just be using Lightspeed. Lightspeed has their own route, that's fine, and that's what kind of the standard is. So either use Lightspeed or use Arca LS. It's fine, both will work, but Arca LS is going to allow you to trade after hours and pre-market. This is all the way from 4 in the morning all the way until 8 o'clock at night. Then, since you have limit order, you'll be all set. Now, another thing you can do, guys, is you can actually not show your shares on the level 2. If you're saying, hey, I have a big order coming through, I don't want this to manipulate the market in any sort of way, you can actually hide your shares if you want to, and they won't show up on the level 2. This will also be a small additional fee, and to me, it doesn't really matter. If you're getting 250 shares on a play that's getting millions of dollars, it does not really matter in any sort of way, okay? TIF stands for day. How long do you want this order to actually be pending? So if my order does not get filled at $67 by the end of today, by 8 o'clock tonight, it is going to get out, right? It's not going to get filled. It's going to cancel itself. Then we have market day. Market day would mean that this order is going to close at 4 o'clock. Then we have good till canceled, which means they'll open up forever. This order will be open up for days and years until you close it. 1 hour, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds, right? These are all things that you guys can pick. Pick whatever you want, right? Unless you're really being strategic about it. I always do day. Obviously, if you do 30 seconds and you don't get filled within 30 seconds, well, then it's going to cancel automatically. I always have mine just set on day. Other than that, remember traders, this is the complete opposite. This is the complete opposite of trading. So what do I mean by trading here? You are going to click sell to get involved into a play. So if I do a limit order right now and I click sell, boink, right? Oh, it's not letting me because it's so far away. Let's just go up to like $59 right now. We're not going to get filled on this either. So let's go right here. $59. GameStop. It just came up in my order box, not my position box, right? So GameStop 0250. There are 0 shares filled out of the 250 shares that I want to get filled. I will get filled at the price of $59. And this order was set at the time of 10:26. My positions is going to be what is actually filled. So there is nothing that is actually filled at this moment, as you guys can tell. So I have a pending order, and if I don't like this order, I can cancel it. So do I use the charts? Yes. Do I use the level 2? Yes. And do I use the short request button? Absolutely yes. So I want to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to get after it. You guys are all set, ready to make this money.